Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac, Repentance. Where today, I did not plan this well enough. I'm gonna do a Judas run. I'm gonna just go to the chest and Mega Satan. I still have to do Mega Satan as a character. How unusual. But I guess that is exactly what we're going to do. I'm gonna try to survive the basement. And then hopefully just have a casual time living the rest of our lives. Spoonbender, not a bad way to start any run. That is unfortunate to find the stopwatch on basement 1 because the odds of us being able to afford that are rather low. But who knows, perhaps we're gonna find a quarter somewhere on this floor. Because we're Judas, everything is dying rather rapidly. And I guess the strat might be to like try and clear up or try and destroy as many poops on this floor as possible, then switch to the burnt penny and try and get some bombs. Doesn't seem like the weirdest idea, provided I can find a coin or a poop. Might as well use the Book of Belial here. Might be better in the next room actually, but it is at least going to be fully charged by the time I'm going to reach the boss, unless they have added empty big rooms, which would be an unfortunate circumstance I suppose, but fortunately, we have not yet found ourselves in the world where that is an issue. So far so good. I'd love to have a bomb on this floor because there are so many things to get with a bomb. And not the bomb that I meant. But technically, it was what I asked for in a way. So, fair enough, I suppose. There is one bomb. And I will get back to that in a minute. First, let's just fight the Duke of Flies. Get a second bomb from a random fly, which is nice. And yeah, definitely no problem for Judas to kill these enemies. We are getting a black heart, which I absolutely do not mind. And all in all, this looks like it's just gonna go swimmingly the entire time. No bad things are going to happen during this run. I am sure of it. Well, got some bombs back at least, which is good. 5 more coins. We are getting to the point that might be worthwhile to try and go for that stopwatch, actually. Especially with this. I could just blow up the donation machine, actually. The secret room is not over here because we've already bombed that. It could be next to the shop here. Just gonna place a bomb over there. I need 1 coin to buy a stopwatch. I mean, I really should try to find a coin. Also, 100% forgot about the whole burnt penny being there. Also, there are plenty of coins left on this floor, so I'm not really sure what I'm worried about. But, I don't know. Just a random sense of dread. That coin would have been nice a little bit earlier, I guess, as well. Wouldn't have been the worst thing. We haven't seen our secret room yet, and this is a prime candidate. There you go. Random book, I don't mind that. Maybe it is not the effect that I wanted. Was kind of hoping to see where my super secret room was. Now I'm gonna have to guess, but quite frankly, I can see 2 places where it could be, one of which is over here, and the other is near the boss room, and it was not near the boss room. 17 coins. I could blow up my donation machine 1 more time to get that soul heart as well, but I think I'm just gonna have to make do with this. We get a speed up. We don't need boss rush or hush, so I can take my time. We are a little bit low on the bomb front, but quite frankly, every time we pick up a coin, we have a chance to get a bomb pickup, so yeah, odds are we're gonna be okay on that front as well. Let's just go get some practice in this direction. Because why not? It looks like it is not the dross but the downpour, so hopefully that means life is going to be slightly easier than it otherwise would be. Everything is a little bit slowed down thanks to the stopwatch, and we immediately got a key so I don't have to worry about not being able to enter my item room either. And otherwise we could always put it down to increased chance of good times. Big Chubby's not bad. Increased chance of planetarium I was gonna say, but I said good times by accident. You know how it goes. Not sure if the stopwatch decreases the... I don't think it decreases the run timer, so rooms like that are a little bit rough, but other than that, no worries there. Oh, jeez. Completely lost my train of thought there. In the previous run I said, it's good on Sundays there where I'm a little bit well rested, but quite frankly, I'm not sure if I am. I've had my good run, and now I'm gonna have a slightly less good run today. That is going to be the unfortunate truth of it all. Jeez, okay. Now let's not die to Wormwood of all bosses, so... God, that would be the worst boss to die to, really. I'd just be so embarrassed. Alright. We have a soul heart, we have a regular heart container as well. I have angel room chance for the next floor. We have a 36% chance of an angel room on the next floor as well because of us having the Book of Belial. And spent one bomb, got several bombs back for it. So far, this run's more or less playing itself. I can appreciate it. If I had some flight, then I'd be able to get some of those chests, but unfortunately that's not the case. There was not a soul heart in my shop. So after destroying these poops, I guess I'm just gonna be on my way. My super secret room could be to the left there, but I'm gonna assume it isn't. For not really any good reason. I'm just kind of hoping that this is an option. It's not an option. In that case, I have changed my mind. In that case, I feel like it is far more likely for the super secret room to be at the end of this hallway here. And there it is. There is a beggar, which might as well blow up for the pickups there. Very good. There is that. I know that I have 2 heart containers right now, so that's good. IV bag. I'll just use this once and then be on my way. 15 coins. A decent amount of health. Things are looking okay. Things are looking like they're manageable. My secret room is almost certainly going to be up here as well. As I said, this run so far is more or less just playing itself, and I can appreciate that. That is the kind of run that I would like to end this recording session with, and I can appreciate it when the game decides to be nice to me in such situations, so fair enough. Do end up going to the Dross there, unfortunately, which I did say I was, I suppose, a little bit worried about. Not gonna get a charge for the big room either, but with enemies like these, that's probably not the worst. Plus, God, the stopwatch really does slow down things by a lot, doesn't it? Occasionally people are a little bit disappointed by how the stopwatch works these days because it has changed almost every single Isaac expansion, but I'd say it's still pretty damn good. Charm of the Vampire is not too bad if I'm going to stick to red hearts, so I might actually take that. It is also a damage up these days, so in that sense it's also not too terrible. Little or big chub there doing a decent amount of damage to the enemies in the middle, and that is restock, but gonna go with the fanny pack. I'm assuming I'm gonna find some more blood donation machines, and hopefully I can use those to create a large amount of consumables for myself, and that I don't need restock in the end. Obviously restock is still quite good, but I mean, it's not as it once was, and that is a good enough reason for me to take what I have taken. Hangman and Magician. I could use Hangman to get that key. I could also just become the Lost, which is probably a better idea. I do want to destroy that shopkeeper before going to the boss, but I only have 1 bomb right now, which is putting me off a little bit. This is pretty damn good in terms of a room, because I can just do this. So that's pretty great. I did just use my bomb, even though I only had 1, but fortunately there were a couple more bombs there. All in all, pretty damn great. Might as well... Was there a tinted rock there that I didn't do anything with? Yeah. Yeah, I just left that alone. 2 more soul hearts. Not going to go into the boss room immediately just yet, because I'm a little bit concerned about which boss could be there. However, I will simply just go towards where the mirror is, clear a room, and then just be back on my way, I think. I think that's probably going to be the best play. Could also just do the curse room here. Need to not run into those flames. It's really the only thing I need to do. And I have managed to do so. Unfortunately, there were no enemies inside there, so I didn't get anything particularly useful there. And I have to do a big room as well, which is a little annoying, but overall not the worst thing to do as the Lost, because you do get those spectral tears after all. So it does make clearing this room just a little bit easier. And not much of a concern. There we go. That is a room cleared, so we can more safely now go back and stop being the Lost. If the boss is especially easy, I guess I'll do it as a Lost as well in the mirror world, but I don't know. I feel like that's just not going to be a great idea. Also, the Magician card, I just realized isn't really going to do that much for me. Lil Blub, not the most difficult fight in the world for sure. Especially with the big chub there doing probably an okay amount of damage to him once he reaches the boss, I suppose. But I don't know. I don't really feel like it. That's really the main thing. I just don't really feel like going all the way there. So instead, let's just keep on moving on. Not really interested in the mines right now for no real apparent reason, so let's just keep on moving. Catacombs too. Not the worst, I suppose. Could have been suddenly the mines anyway. That would have been a worry, but fortunately we don't have to worry about that. We have several soul hearts. Could have used that Hangman card, I guess, to not take any damage going in, but it doesn't really matter. So far, the thing about a Judas run is once you have health, the rest of the run is fine because you're guaranteed some extra damage compared to the other characters. My speed is already pretty good and we have stopwatch. And the only thing I'm really going for is Mega Satan and the chest. So it's about the most standard a run can get. That is a horse pill right there, which I'm a little interested in. I do like I like these odds. I'm not sure these are the same pill, but I don't think they are. Because a horse pill is effectively just a, well, a regular pill but big. So unfortunately we don't know if this is anything good or bad.
Range down.
'Twas a range down. As the announcer has finally said. I guess I'll use this somewhere. My range has probably become pretty dramatic at that point because of that, but that's, I guess, okay. It's a little annoying, but from the look of things, our tiers are still fine. I don't think we got a range up anywhere during that either. It's just that my tiers are alright right now, so yeah, fair enough, I suppose. Either way, let's just focus this green guy down. I was hoping that would happen before taking damage, but instead I decided to play that a little bit differently. Destroy that guy right there. I was hoping for a few more pickup syrup from my bag, but so far, God, my pill pool is telling me that maybe I shouldn't be using pills anymore. So far, it is not exactly good, but who knows? Maybe we'll find some more pills that end up being a little bit better. End up giving us a positive effect somewhere along the line. I'm not actually sure if the magician, what is it called, Spoonbender, is actually a range up as well. Because that would explain why my range is still pretty adequate at this stage after taking that range down horse pill, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little bit too worried about my range, even though it's difficult to get your range down to such a level that it becomes unusable, I suppose. I'm just not going to worry about it anymore from this point on. And instead, use my wonderful homing tears to never have to aim a shot in my life. Hope that the super secret room is here. Based that entirely on the room layout and not so much on anything else, but it ended up working out. I'm fairly sure I haven't gone into my item room yet. So let's just quickly look for that. We have a 96% chance of an angel room, which is pretty good, I suppose. Not gonna get any better than that, I would say. Unless I find some mysterious... Well, I guess unless I use the sacrifice room. I guess I could get that to 100 if I really wanted to, but... I'm gonna say that 96 is hopefully gonna be good enough. And if not, then at least we'll pretty much be guaranteed to get one on the next floor. And that'll just have to do. Piercing shot, not terrible. Not much of anything really, but it's better than nothing for sure. I think I want to look for my shop as well. I'm not going for a boss rush right now anyway, and the shop is right here as well, so it only took one extra room. So, all in all, not bad. It could be greed because we have reached the caves too, but fortunately we were lucky. Unfortunately, this shop is not too exciting. But I could put some coins in here, and that could technically increase my angel room chance. After 10 coins or so. Didn't happen, but could have technically maybe gotten that to 100 by being lucky on that one. Unfortunately, it was not to be. I'm hoping 96% is just gonna have to be enough. The husk is pretty easy if you have any sort of damage, and we do. Plus the bombs that he's throwing around are also damaging him, it seems, or at least something seems to deal a pretty decent amount of damage to him, so seemed pretty good. Didn't notice that last enemy, but fortunately he died before he hit me, so that's fine. Got a range up, got the mind. That is very nice. That is going to give us full mapping for the rest of this run. Very happy that on the last run I managed to do anything at all, because the Lost does have some pretty damn decent unlocks, but the mind is definitely one of the better ones for sure in terms of figuring out where to go and just speeding up your run by quite a lot, really. It's just a very good item. Like, suddenly all other mapping items are nothing because this item does all of it. It's just very, very nice. Kind of a shame that it's not like a stat up, I suppose. That's really the only downside in terms of this being an Angel Room item. But I'm not going to complain about it. I'm fully okay with this. Key piece number 1 is acquired. And let's go on to the next floor. I'm pretty sure we've more or less covered the entire floor there, so that's fine. We're only... I hope we... Of course, we got Curse of the Lost immediately afterwards. I do hope we're going to get another Angel Room on the way there. It is not going to be guaranteed, unfortunately. And we still have a pretty decent Devil Deal chance as well, so perhaps that is also the reason why I didn't go for Mega Satan previously as this character. Simultaneously, who knows when the last time was when I played as Judas, really. It has been a minute. It is one of those characters that's just very standard, and when there's 34 characters to unlock, it does take a minute before you're through all of them. Not the greatest red chests. When you're picking up 3 red chests in a row, you're kind of hoping for at least a soul heart or a teleport or an item, something like that, but unfortunately it was not to be this time around. Large quantity of enemies here, but it is in a big room, so might as well once again use my Book of Belial to increase that damage by quite a margin. 3 extra damage. Pretty damn strong indeed. When ordinarily my damage is 6, does speed up the fight quite significantly. And not sure where to go. I guess I'll just take both. I could have done that differently and saved myself a bomb, but you know, sometimes you shouldn't worry about stuff too much, and that's exactly how we're playing this run. When I'm playing as any of the more like basic characters in the game, I'm usually not too concerned about any of my choices. Granted, that is just because I've played the game enough that I feel comfortable with more or less every character in the game as long as I have some amount of health, really, but still, occasionally you just need to not worry so much about life. And that's exactly what we're doing. Could blow up this flame in the hope for a soul heart. A 10% chance isn't really tempting me too much in that regard, but still, occasionally you do get lucky after all. Every fire you don't explode is a fire that could have been a soul heart at the end of the day. So it might be worthwhile with that in mind. God, I do hope we're at least going... Maybe we should just get like a black candle. That would make my life a little bit easier. If the runs are going the way my previous run went, then I can guarantee that if I get a black candle on the previous run, then I'll get one in this run as well. Which I guess would be a way to get black candles forever, because it's the logic you can just apply for the rest of your life, but I still kind of hope it to happen for sure. In terms of where my secret room is, though, I think there is a couple of options which work. Actually, maybe none of the options work that I've seen so far. I was feeling fairly confident for a second there, but now that I've actually seen all the rooms around it, not feeling as confident. I have a vague feeling it could be up here, but I think that's wrong. Nope, never mind. I was not wrong in the slightest. Never doubt yourself, always believe. It is the best way to play life, but also the Binding of Isaac, repentance. Because clearly, stuff is working out. I wouldn't mind a little bit more health, actually, because that's really the only thing I'm missing. But the fact of the matter is, everyone is slowed down to such a crawl that it isn't too difficult to avoid most sources of damage at this stage in the run. So I can kind of appreciate that. Health down. That's one way to lose health. At least it wasn't the horse pill, I suppose, but my pill pool is just not good. I need to probably stop taking all of these pills, but simultaneously I like the rush. This could be a super secret room. Depending on what's below here, yeah, it definitely is possible. Don't love this room at all. But definitely also a little bit easier when everything is slowed down again, so all in all, not too worrying. There we go. The moon card is there. 2 Souls of the Forgotten. Fairly unusual, I suppose. But I guess I might as well try it out against the boss, because why not? Awa's rune. Was a little tempted to go for, using that AWAS during the boss rush if I could make it, but I don't think that's really going to be likely, unfortunately. There is Greed. I used this more or less by accident, really, but fair enough. Ooh, this Forgotten is not very quick. Ooh, he deals damage, though. Wow. I was not aware how strong that would actually end up being. But fair enough. Finally got some use out of that Soul of the Forgotten. Maybe I should be getting that more frequently if I see that around, because I'm guessing that's just my regular damage, but in Forgotten form, I suppose. Because I believe that the melee attack would be that strong. Would it be that strong? I mean, it did a lot of damage. Montezuma's Revenge is not immediately terrible, but also a little bit difficult to use. I'm not super happy about that, but fair enough, I suppose. Ansu's is still here, but it's useless. Soul of the Forgotten again, or I guess I'll do Soul of the Forgotten during the boss fight here. Depths 1, so I might as well. Because it seemed fairly effective. I do need to be fairly close, I suppose, but if I can use this rock the way that I did, then I can more or less just use my homing attacks and combined with the Forgotten to attack. It is not working out very well, I'm not gonna lie. Because my character speed is slightly different between the two, and it is just horrible enough to not work. If the character speed was the same on both characters, it would definitely be a lot more doable, but as it stands, this is just pretty annoying. A Devil Deal, might as well check it out in case there's no item in there. There is only items in there. Judas' Shadow is tempting if it wasn't for the fact that I was trying to get the Mega Satan key. So that's unfortunate, but fair enough. Let's just keep going. Hoping to get one more Angel Room on the way there. The fact that the door opened does not bode very well, but we do have a map this time around. We are definitely going to be too slow to reach boss rush, so might as well take my time and explore this floor for as much health as possible. Hoping to get maybe some soul hearts out of the equation by doing this, but so far it doesn't seem overly guaranteed. It does seem like the kind of run where I at least have to dodge a little bit, but fortunately the stopwatch is making that a lot simpler by being what it is. Montezuma's Revenge can probably take care of all of this. Yeah. It's a little tricky to use, but with enemies that chase you around, definitely not too impossible. And it does deal a pretty significant amount of damage if you get that hit right. I mean, it's effectively just a brimstone that's a little difficult to aim, I guess. High Priestess could be okay for a room if it had like a particularly annoying fight in there. I have 37 coins and not really anything to use it on, unfortunately. Was kind of hoping for an arcade room that wasn't garbage. But unfortunately, it wasn't in the cards today. But perhaps a secret room? No, nah. I mean, it's more chance of an angel room opening, so I suppose that's fair enough. Why is my planetarium chance like a little bit down? Is there supposed to be something else there that is currently not visible? Because I feel like there usually is something in between there to not have like a weird space in between planetarium chance and the angel room and devil deal, but fair enough, I guess. It's a little odd, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. That's just a place where that mod is now, I guess. Not gonna pay any more attention to that. We might as well go to our super secret room since we are doing some exploring anyway. Yeah, Montezuma's Revenge does have its uses for stuff like that, for sure. Nothing. There's a curse room there, which I'm a little tempted by. Could, I suppose. I still have a soul heart left if I do that, so it's not the worst idea I've ever had. But then I've had a lot of weird ideas, I suppose, in the past, so that's not really a very good frame of reference. Let's just put you over there, let's put you over there. Blow up all the barrels. Have a good time. Get a bunch of free stuff. That is a health up right there. Not too bothered about that. Kinda wish that I would be able to have spectral tears or something to destroy these flies a little bit quicker. But I'm feeling confident that that was the shopkeeper with the best item. There is the tick, which is tempting, but I'm surprised how little bombs I have actually with what I've been doing so far with the trinket that I have. Maybe I have just been bombing wildly without really paying too close attention to what's going on, because I feel like I should have more bombs with the burnt penny for sure, but fair enough, I guess. That is good, because that's more angel room chance. Could have given him some more hearts, I guess. PhD makes my pills not garbage, and that is the opposite situation of my whole life. So that is not bad. I can see forever doesn't really do anything for me, because I'd rather have algaes if I'm being honest. And I already opened up all the secret rooms on this floor, but you know what? It's all good. I'm just clearing the floor for the hope of good times. Weird amount of those little nuggets going towards enemies as well. I'm not really sure how the aiming of that works, but I'm okay with how it's working so far for me. Blue flame. It will decrease my chance of the angel room or devil deal opening, I do believe, so that's not great. Other than that, really good item. Wouldn't have minded it in any other situation. Empress. Was kind of hoping for like a Hierophant card there, I suppose. Everything else I'm just gonna throw away, so the odds of that working out in my favor the way I wanted it to were fairly low, but since I have a large quantity of money to play with right now anyway, it didn't really matter too much. Yeah, that's working pretty well. Foot number 2. Wait 1 charge. And 1 more. And we're nearly done with the fight already. What a time to be alive. We were going to the chest. There is an angel room right there, so that's all my worries gone. Holy light, really, really good item. Suddenly, everything is looking okay. If you could just get a little bit closer. I'm guessing Montezuma's revenge might also cause holy tears from time to time. Would be nice if it did at least. Pheromones. Nah. Either way, with an Alga's rune, I feel fairly confident that we can beat Mega Satan at least, and even though our damage hasn't really increased that much over the time of this run itself, I feel like this build is fine as it is. Get him, little chub. There you go. Range up. Finally getting back into good stuff. If I had some way to drop an active item, I probably would consider it. Should probably blow up this shopkeeper though, for that extra chance, and I don't really feel too tempted to explore the rest of the floor, although I might actually check out my super secret room there. That was a great way to blow up the donation, or the reroll machine. Definitely what I had intended. Holy light taking care of a variety of things there. Should probably look for... I was gonna say I should probably look for tinted rocks, but I'm getting a decent amount of health just being, so that's, I guess, kind of okay. I guess I stepped on creep. Actually, genuinely didn't see what hit me there, but it might have been a tear or something, maybe from that enemy that I killed previously, that I just sort of didn't pay close enough attention to the tear that he ended up shooting there. A little bit of a mistake, but ultimately not one that's going to kill me, I hope. That is the dream, at least. Golden key. Definitely not worth my time. It is a regular womb, so it might be better if I just explore the whole thing for the sake of trying to get a bit more health. However, I don't know. I'm feeling it. I think we're gonna be okay regardless, and that is exactly the kind of positive attitude that I'm gonna bring to the remainder of this run, in the hope that it does not end my life. 2 pills, power pill, and pheromones. There is also a tinted rock there, so might as well. I guess power pill is good enough as any for a boss fight, and yeah, that's... We'll come back to you. Might end up bombing that away a little bit for some extra stuff. There's another tinted rock over there. What a nice time to be alive. I guess I am kind of happy with that golden key in the super secret room. Shouldn't have been so dismissive of it. Definitely don't mind having power pill for this boss in particular, because it does have a tendency to hit me during this phase. Probably should have played that a little bit different than I just did, but it's okay. I have a brown stream of damage that will take care of all my problems. That's some more health. Yeah, my health situation is getting pretty ridiculous right here, so I can appreciate that. Should remember to grab that alga's room before I leave, and I will just move that away from those spikes. Hopefully we can get a good item or something out of this. A bone heart, not bad. Could just get infinite consumables, I suppose. That would also be pretty neat. Not excited. Let's just leave, mostly due to the fact that that eternal heart is currently on the bone heart, and I don't really want to lose that. I feel like the large amount of red health healing that I currently have at my disposal is probably a pretty good thing to keep. And that's exactly what we're going to do. I could go into that little treasure room right there, actually. Pretty much going to fully recharge my Book of Belial after clearing this room, so that's pretty good. And, yeah, we're just moseying along with life, really. That's more or less the whole theme of the run. We're just moseying along, having a good time. Could grab that battery just for fun. Have a little bit of an even better time. But I'm just not really worried about things right now. I can kind of appreciate a run like this, I suppose. Just kind of going along, occasionally fighting an enemy. Probably like a couple of red guys in there. I'm just not even going to worry about that. Not my concern. I'm just here to have some fun and have a surprisingly low amount of bombs still with a build that has 60 coins and burnt penny. But fair enough, I suppose. Yeah. I'm actually just going to bomb my way all the way to the boss room, I think. I'm just not really feeling like fighting a boss anymore. Just having a good enough time just wandering through life. I should actually clear this room though, because I kind of want to see that super secret room. I wouldn't mind a little bit more damage, I suppose, or tier rate, or any stat really, but other than that, it's just peachy. With a stopwatch, I kind of hoped that with a stopwatch I could be able to outrun that, but it was not to be. But perhaps we can regenerate that health. You know what? Sure. Let's get some wisps. Don't mind that. Don't know what pill this is. It is I Can See Forever. Guess I could have saved myself exactly one bomb, but you know what? I'm willing to spend that bomb. It doesn't matter to me anymore. Everything's okay in life as I am playing this Isaac run. Healed some health by killing up to 15 enemies with Charm of the Vampire. We're just here to have a good time. Time to fight Mom's Heart. It Lives, rather, the actual name of this boss fight. Mom's Heart is only now in the mother direction, I suppose. But I do like to believe that Mom's Heart was once here, I suppose, as well. So, you know, I'm just gonna say it was the right name, regardless. It's one of the two bosses that shows up on this floor. Angel Room, don't mind that. Flight, don't mind that. Also another red heart. We have genuinely quite an absurd amount of red hearts at this stage, which I think is fair enough. Yeah, let's just keep going. We got the Polaroid. Had to double check that just to make sure that I did indeed have the Polaroid, but we do. We've already killed Hush once, so I don't need to worry about that either, even though it is 2 extra items, I suppose, but not really worth the time, I would argue. Should probably go to the secret room since it's right there anyway, but we'll get to that. As Judas is just happily moseying along through life, he'll find his own time to get to that secret room right there. It's gonna be okay. I'm not sure where I want to use this Algis run. I'm probably on Mega Satan actually, but I can't really think of a situation where I would hate to have it against Isaac, I suppose. If I still have these Wisps, then it would actually be pretty good against Isaac as well, because they'll just be invulnerable while Algis is active, and that's obviously pretty good. Range up. Not terrible. Not exciting, but not terrible. One more black heart just for free in the secret room. Pretty good as well. I'm not gonna go all the way to my super secret room, but I considered it for a moment there, but it is pretty much half the floor that I'm having to do at that stage. And I'm just not that interested. So let's just mosey onwards. in this direction instead. Could probably use Book of Belial against this, but you know, I'm sure we'll be fine. I'm pretty sure the big chub there ended up blocking some of the tears that Loki shot there, and that's the reason why I didn't end up taking damage. Or it was one of the wisps, I suppose. Either way, no worries. Could probably just bomb myself out of this room, or just run into flames. I wasn't actually aware how strong these little blue flames actually are, but they are quite annoying. Probably could have anticipated that, I suppose, but yeah, I'm just gonna get out of here. Quickly just place a second bomb, hope no one noticed. Don't like these enemies really, but having them with shielded enemies as well, that's just very tedious. Not the kind of room I'm willing to deal with in my current floating through life status, so that's exactly what we're not gonna do. We're just gonna bomb through that. No worries. There we go. Our bone heart's a little better, then we regenerated because of the placenta as well, so really we have a large quantity of ways to stay alive. Red heart from some damage. I don't even know what item does that, thinking about it. Is that also placenta? Something like that? Oh no, it's probably like the bag, right? That makes sense. We're definitely gonna lose that bone heart, yeah. I wasn't... I'm trying harder. I'm not even using the book. I'm just so lost in this run. I'm just having such a nice time right now that I don't need to worry about stuff like bone hearts or retaining my health or doing any amount of damage because of Book of Belial. I'm just here trying to poop in Isaac's face. That's the only thing on my mind. A little bit tricky to do that diagonally, actually, because you do have to move diagonally backwards the entire time. That's not great. I guess you can just stand still as well, but that's not as fun. I like having to place the aiming receptacle on there the entire time rather than just doing it the easy way. 6 red hearts and a large quantity of regeneration. We unlocked the guillotine. I guess that's why I never played this part of the game as Judas. Because I don't want the guillotine. That's a lot more range. Mystery egg is fine. It's a lot of items that are okay, I guess. I'm hoping to at least get something good out of this, though, because this is not overly impressive so far. The pointy stick, I suppose, is going to do some extra damage, but... And our brimstone now looks real cool because of the infinite tears go in effect, so I guess that's nice, but ultimately not making too big of a difference there. I really hope I can get some more tier 8. This is actually a little bit annoying, and it's getting me out of my good vibes, which is exactly the opposite of what I want from this run, so I don't appreciate it. I specifically wanted vibes. But I guess I can't really complain. We got the leech now as well, so we have yet another way to regain red health if we really wanted to. We do have Curse of Darkness, which is mildly annoying, I suppose, but still not the end of the world. We got some red hearts on the floor, so we can heal up if need be. We got some horses. That's always fun. Love a good horse. Our luck is actually really low, and I'm not sure if these tiers get affected by luck, but I have to assume they do. Another red heart. Please give me an item. Even if it's a terrible item, at this stage I just want to see a chest appear on this floor. I just like to believe that it's still possible. Alright, so far 0 items. I guess I can do this. That is not a bad deal to get into a super secret room on the chest. Hopefully that we don't need too many keys to open these chests in the end. Red chests I'm not too interested in, but I guess they could contain some good stuff. And the fly. Well, fair enough, I guess. Tears up. There we go. We're finally getting them stats. Health up. Pretty damn good. There we go. We're getting some good stuff now. That's what we want to see. Alright. With Cricket's Head, I am feeling a little bit happier about it. Plus, we got that Tears up pill. We lost all of our Wisps. So our Algis rune is unfortunately not going to be as good as it could have been. But that's okay. Part of me is like, I should have probably used the Book of Belial, but I kind of want to have it available for Mega Satan. But I'm probably going to clear the rest of the chest before going to Mega Satan. Or am I? I could just play it like this, I suppose. I mean, the build's not very exciting, but it's getting the job done. I pretty much healed all the way back full to full health with how much health I was regenerating during that fight, because it took a while, so that's good. Yeah, I'm just going to clear out the rest of this floor and hope I can get something interesting, because as good as this build is, I feel like I could use a stat up, and I haven't really gotten too many of those, unfortunately. It's just that I have a large amount of things going on, and the whole room is slowly getting filled with more and more tears the longer the fight goes on. And also that brimstone effect is clearly fairly powerful. It is actually doing surprising amount of damage. Considerably more than I had originally anticipated, for sure. But maybe only against Ragman? Maybe Ragman is just not very strong. Maybe that's what's going on. Concussive tears, luck up. I guess luck up's pretty good. Specifically for those holy tears, so don't mind that. Onwards to the right side of the floor for one brief moment. Surprised none of those homing tears that he shot hit me, but fair enough, I suppose. Our egg gave us a great fly spawning thing, so hopefully that can spawn some things, perhaps. We got a soul heart for killing that boss because it was the blue ones. That's good. This is more or less going to resolve itself. And yeah, it did spawn a fly, I think, that ended up being on my side, so that's kind of nice. It's dead as well, the actual thing that spawned it, but, you know, it tried for a moment, and I can kind of appreciate that. There we go. We're genuinely just getting zero interesting items on this floor, but the build is so... That's what you get when you have a build that's good enough. You don't need what can make the build more interesting, you know? And then the game doesn't know, and it panics. And then before you know it, your run is already over because you already won, because you have near infinite health again. For some reason, I keep finding new and improved ways to just be invulnerable, but not actually deal significant damage. I should probably actually kill this one first, because if this one drops dead cat, I'm not going to take it. Just ended up dropping a couple red hearts the moment I took damage, so, you know, that seems perfectly reasonable as well. I was kind of hoping to get, like, a less than 3 heart from him there, but unfortunately was not to be. I can use that poop right there to heal back up if need be. Mom's razor is an item in the video game that supposedly is really good, but I still haven't seen it in action in a very positive light. Ah, jeez. You know what? Yeah, we're just gonna do Mega Save. I'm being complainy, and I need to just finish this run, I think, because you know, it's just one of those runs, like, this'll just fix itself. I don't even need to really try. I'm healing so much health with my build right now that it really doesn't matter too much what I'm doing. And it does demotivate a little bit when trying to find even more stuff, when all you're getting is just more red health. But then when you accidentally get hit by a hand, you know, like, fair enough if that happens when you're playing on, like, net play or something, but if you're getting hit by a hand, which you could have avoided by simply moving slightly, it just feels like a little bit of a waste, you know? Like, you're not really in the mood anymore to continue this run, and sometimes that's a good enough time to be like, alright, I guess we'll just quickly go to Mega Satan, take down that boss, call it a day. And that's okay. I do kind of wish that the homing effect applied to Montezuma's Revenge, and I think it's kind of strange that it doesn't. Because it's brimstone, you know? It's like, I feel like it should always home. Because that's what it's so nice when it does, and it makes me happy when it does, but this particular type of brimstone just doesn't do that. I was busy charging my Revenge again, and it wasn't even necessary because they already went to the next phase. I think I'm really underestimating the amount of damage I'm actually dealing with this build, because we are actually going to the next phase really quickly. And it probably is, like, largely holy shot and stuff like that. That is helping out a lot with this. But I'm still... I feel like I'm not very grateful for how good this build actually is. But you know what? In a minute, we don't need to be grateful for it anymore, because then the run is going to be over and then we don't have to worry about it anymore. Technically, if I had something like Lazarus's Rags, it would be kind of tempting to take a Delirium Portal or something like that. But since I don't have Lazarus's Rags, I've really only I just want to finish the run. I mean, technically I could have gotten Lazarus's Rag if I explored the chest a little bit more. Perhaps we could technically get it on the floor in Delirium as well. But simultaneously. Sometimes it's nice to just have a nice short run and then just call it a day. A nice little victory here. I should actually win the fight before I say we've won though. Should probably be slightly more careful than I currently am because I am just rushing into him a lot and taking a surprisingly high amount of damage, but... Well, you can't say it's not very effective, isn't it? Look, we just get red hearts if we take damage anyway, so it doesn't even matter all that much. There we go. Strange run. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, well, we got Brown Baby, which is fine. We have done a bunch of more stuff as Judas, and I think that just remains the Lamb and Mother as this character, so we'll have to do that at some point, and Greedier mode as well, but we'll get to that. Either way, I hope you enjoyed my incessant complaining, and I hope to see you next time when we play another run as another character. And I hope to see you all there. Bye bye.